Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rova, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great always and always. So, President Donald Trump was flying back from Mar-a-Lago the other day after another long weekend playing golf. Let's be honest, it's well-deserved after crashing the United States economy, crashing the U.S. dollar, crashing the stock market, starting a trade war. You need a break, right? After working that hard to destroy America, a much-needed, well-deserved golf trip to Mar-a-Lago is needed, right? So I understand it. But one of the press that was on the flight back with President Donald Trump asked him about trade deals, what's going on with negotiations, etc., etc. And he said, and I quote, "I set the deals." No shit. No shit. He sets the deals. Delusional? I don't even know if it's delusions of grandeur. It's a combination of, listen, he's almost 80. He's the most spectacularly failed businessman in American history. And bankrupted a casino. Like I said, I would have killed to be a fly on the wall in his meetings with the banks as they were foreclosing on the fucking casino. And he was sitting there saying, "Oh no, man, it's doing great. The casinos are booming. The casinos are booming," right? That's the same thing he's telling Americans, right? The American economy is crashing, stock market crash, U.S. dollar crash, but America is booming. President Donald Trump says it's the hottest country on earth. Delusional. You can say whatever you want to say about Biden, Obama, Clinton, Abraham Lincoln, Kennedy. I don't give a shit. Delusional. Delusions of grandeur is the best two words to describe President Donald Trump. Delusional. Delusions of grandeur. The best statement in the English vocabulary to describe President Donald Trump. That he sets the deals. And the amazing thing is that since he's taken office, he's done absolutely sweet fuck all. Nothing. Nothing. Destroyed the economy, crashed the stock market, crashed the dollar, started a trade war, and Americans are now hurting more than ever. That's what President Donald Trump has accomplished. He's poured gasoline on a fire when every single American needed a hug and to be told everything's going to be okay. And I hate to tell you this, but you and I aren't going to live long enough to see America ever be great again. That's the truth. Because it will take 30, 40, 50, 60 years to recover, to rebuild what has happened to America. I doubt I live long enough. I doubt you live long enough, right? China, President Xi is laughing at President Donald Trump. The rest of the world is laughing at America and President Donald Trump. And he sits there, looks at the camera and says, "I set the deals." It's like saying to the camera, "I'm fucking stupid. And I'm not only stupid, I'm fucking delusional." Know your role, play your position, and stay in your fucking lane. Do as you're told. You don't dictate, you don't tell anybody anything, President Trump. No one. You're the one who sat up there and said, "Billy Big Bollocks, you're going to end the Russia-Ukraine war on day one. Now it's not your war. It's Biden's war. Now everything that's wrong is Biden's fault." You find a scapegoat and somebody to blame for everything for your failures, right? You're the most spectacularly failed businessman in American history. That is a fact. You bankrupted a fucking casino. And you have the audacity, the nerve to stand there and say that he sets the deal with China. No, you don't. No, you don't. The only thing you set the deal on is probably Barron Trump And I'm not even sure you set the deal with him, because we know you damn sure don't set the deal with Melania. Melania cracks that whip and you jump. She says jump, you say how high. That's what happens. You set the deal with no one, nada, nunca. And you fancy yourself as Billy Big Bollocks. Delusions of grandeur. And yes, you work hard, very hard, because it takes talent to bankrupt a casino, and it takes talent in 5 or 6 months to crash the U.S. economy, start a trade war, crash the stock market, and crash the U.S. dollar. So congratulations, felicidades, President Donald Trump. You on the fast track to destroying America. And like I said, by the end of the summer, we'll be in a full-blown depression. You let me know when I'm wrong. Love ya.